Welcome back to another episode of the Crown of College Podcast, episode 123, presented by the CSPN. Go to our website, cspn.us, and check out all of our wonderful podcasts on the network, from, of course, Crown of College to the Bad Advice Show to Comic Book Chronicles to Know the Score. We got something for everybody. We are like the super nigga friends of podcasting. We got something for everybody here at CSPN. And go and to help us out, go and click that Keep Our Podcast free tab and shout with all our wonderful sponsors so you can give Classic and Mail a little money in the collection plate to give us bandwidth and shit. So you want to pay to listen to me and Sarone sound like members of the Blue Notes. I am your host, Jeremy, aka Black Dante, aka Confucius, aka Issa Durag, aka Kurt Frost Must Die. And I'm joined as usual by my homie.
What's happening, y'all? It's the 7 Ward representative, Dan Chrism, aka 504 boy number 18, aka Young Aftershave, aka my team didn't blow a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl.
You know the fuck what? Because we're in front of company, I ain't gonna act that. At least not right now. And today we are joined. This is a special.
So gotta remind
you. We are joined today. This is a special episode. We are joined by podcast royalty. If you don't know who our guests are, you are probably living under a rock, or you're either a Bernie supporter or a Trump supporter. A dynamic duo that needs no introduction, but I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. The floor is y'all's, guys.
Hey everybody, this is Karen.
And it's me, the 704 representative, aka Black Bauer, aka Captain Africa America, aka my team didn't have a man of the year go out and try to get a prostitute tonight for the Super Bowl.
Oh Lord, I was just gonna go simple, Karen and Rod, but apparently that's not what's gonna happen. We are from the Black Guy Who Tips. This is the first time y'all hearing our voices. You can find us everywhere at theblackguywhotips.com. We do a comedy podcast 5 days a week. We thank y'all for inviting us.
And thank y'all for joining us. And Rod, why you gotta do me like this, man? Why?
I'm just trying to join in with the culture of the show, man.
I mean, I expect this.
Your very appropriate introduction as you grace the Crown of College studio with your presence, my brother.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah. Well, that aside, welcome to our nigga ass Caucasian home. This is dope, man. This is dope because I've often told this story that Mel and CJ were the inspiration for me having the idea to start this podcast 2 years ago, and Dan was about the only one that took me seriously. So we've been doing this shit. But also credit to you and Karen, because it was them starting Good and Terrible, our mother's show on the network, and also when they guested on the Black Guy Who Tips. So I have them to thank, and you guys to thank for the inspiration to do this podcast. And it's a real having y'all on as both fellow podcastees, the inspiration from our podcast, and just fans of what you guys do.
Man, we appreciate it, man.
Thank you, baby.
We're honored.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna have a nigga ass niggery time.
I'm with it.
All right. Speaking of niggery ass nigga times, so the NBA Finals will be starting November. I mean, not November. Damn. We were talking about white folks earlier. How I blame white folks for everything ever since November 6th. Who knows? We might, depending on the outcome of these finals, we might blame white folks for the finals. Who knows? But the NBA Finals will be started this Thursday, June 1st. It will be LeBron and the LeBronettes and Kyrie Irving versus the evil light-skinned empire of the Golden State Warriors. And we'll get to the narratives and shit, and the millennials versus the get off my lawn I can beat Michael Jordan one-on-one, niggas in the barbershop in a minute. I just want to know who y'all got winning and how many games. And yeah, that's all I want to know. Who y'all got?
Karen?
Oh, it's simple for me. My agenda never changes. I am 100% behind LeBron James and them. Like I've been like that. I have always been a fan of his, and the biggest reason why I'm gonna tell you right now why I'm a fan of his. Anything that makes white people mad, I am 100% for it, and I root for it harder. The madder they get, the more I root.
LeBron, Beyonce, Serena, pretty much trifecta right there.
Karen, you didn't say how many games?
I say 6.
6 for Cavs.
All right.
I'm gonna say Cavs in 3.
What the hell are you talking about?
I beat yours by 3 games. So
that don't work.
Got to get up.
I mean, 4-2. That's what I'm talking about. 4-2.
You know, the thing is, I don't really like going on record as predictions because I feel like that's so silly.
Yeah,
you know,
like I said,
like I don't know, like fucking, you know, last year I thought the Cavs were gonna lose when they was down 3-1, and then
everybody.
Yeah, Draymond. There's no way at the beginning of that series, even if I would have picked the Cavs in 7, there's no way I could have known it was gonna happen that way. You know, so I don't really do predictions, man. I'm rooting for the Cavs, but I'm not so anti Golden State that if they won, I would be like, that's some bullshit. I really just want to see what both teams at full health can look like for, 7 games.
I think it's gonna be a good series.
Or 4 series. I don't even know if it'll go 7.
Yeah, no, I mean, you said you're not gonna be upset by Golden State winning. I am, and the reason I'm gonna be upset if Golden State wins is 2 words: Kevin Durant. I was listening to the podcast that came out a year ago around this time after Oklahoma City blew their own 3-1 lead. And I just remember everybody was saying, yo, like Kevin Durant is out of there. Like they'll make it to the finals, he would stay. But the fact that they didn't, he's out of there. And then that shit happened. And then he went to Golden State. So I would not mind seeing him lose twice to LeBron in the finals on 2 different teams, built 2 different ways, in 2 different contexts. Especially now that LeBron got one for Cleveland. And we could say, man, if he gets 2 for Cleveland and beats this team, like, you got to throw him in the greatest ever conversation. It's not going to be the slam dunk that it might be right now to say, oh, yeah, Jordan's clearly better than LeBron. But if he gets the 4th this season, after going to 7 straight finals, playing in the Olympics twice in the last 10 years, and beating, again, the team that won 73 games, had the first unanimous MVP, and then beating a better version of that team, he's got to be in the conversation at that point. So my prediction is Cavs in 7. Although I know what's going to happen. Some other outcome is going to happen, and everybody going to run on my timeline and tell me how wrong I was.
Well, don't
everybody who says something about how wrong I am, I got 123 episodes of a podcast recorded.
Oh, I'm going to tell you right now, don't come over here at me because I don't give a fuck.
Karen really is. I said what I said, and that's it.
Yeah, we don't keep it plain and simple to me.
Well, all right, we went around the table. Honestly, and I know this is kind of gonna be a cop out, but nigga, shut the hell up. But nigga, the nigga played on one of my teams. It's not like I stand for the nigga. Damn, well, he used to play on one of my teams. Shit. I just hated y'all with that Lil B shit because that motherfucker is trash. Anyway.
Sure, I gotta remember to do that.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to see. I wanted to go 7 games. I really don't care who wins either way. Although I would like for LeBron to win another one for the reason that Dan said, just to shut up when they won't shut up, but just to kind of like stick it to like the Jordanaires who swear that Michael Jordan invented and ended the game of basketball. Like, honestly, that I root for LeBron just on that strength alone. And I blame, this is the theme here of blaming white folks. I blame Skip Bayless, honestly. I blame Skip Bayless. It's Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless is the only, well, not the only, but the most loudest, harshest, angry white man at LeBron for being even dared mentioned in the same breath of greatness. You know what I mean? Like it's one thing to like. It's kind of like with President Obama. Like it's one thing to be critical and be fair, but Skip and the Jordaniers and all them other people, they took that shit like way fucking overboard. And so I root for LeBron, one, because he's a great player, one of the greatest that I've seen in my lifetime, and two, it's like the thing with Serena Williams, like like Karen said, with Serena or Beyonce. Like I just root for niggas doing nigga shit to piss off white folks. So I want LeBron. Go ahead, Ron.
The other thing is LeBron's playing for legacy at this point, and so much of the conversation around him has just become LeBron compared to Jordan, which I think automatically says he's the best player in the league right now and one of the greatest of all time, just for the fact that we don't do that with any other player in the game right now. Like, we're not saying Steph Curry compared to Jordan, Durant compared to Jordan. Nobody else in the league got to worry with shit. We've given Chris Paul enough passes. Melo's gotten infinite passes. Like, none of us are comparing any of them to Jordan because we know they won't measure up. So part of me does kind of root for the idea of a new standard, and I would love to see LeBron surpass Jordan in the minds of a lot of people, because I feel like he's one of those guys that he will not be appreciated till he's done.
Right.
You know, all these times he went to the finals, even when he lost, those are years that when Jordan just didn't go to the finals. You know what I mean? Like Jordan went to the finals 6 times and that's it. And LeBron seemed like that nigga goes every year. So
right.
You know, it's definitely a double standard for him. So I would love to see him win another one just to cement his legacy. But I have no real ill will even towards Kevin Durant. But it's almost like for Durant and the Warriors, they are in a we better win situation, because after all the collusion to get that team together, if they don't win, it's going to look real suspect. And if they do win and it looks too easy, they about to roast Kevin Durant even if he gets a ring. He's just going to be the biggest, most famous, best bandwagoner of all time.
Right, since Hogan joined NWO.
Right.
In my opinion, LeBron is already in the greatest of all time conversation, because in 2006 he dragged that sorry ass Cavs team to the fucking finals against the Spurs. I don't give a damn if they got swept. This nigga dragged Darnell Marshall to the goddamn finals.
And Boobie Gibson, don't forget Boobie.
Boobie fucking Gibson. He dragged them niggas. Zydrunas Ilgauskas. He dragged them niggas to the finals by his damn self. So LeBron is already in the greatest of all time conversation for me, and I don't care what get off my lawn ass basketball old head niggas have a problem with it. That nigga dragged that nigga dragged the equivalent of potted meat to the finals.
Oh God.
Damn that.
Yeah, he the realest for that, and he's always been a better husband and father than Michael Jordan.
Yeah. I mean, he's out.
Conversation. Which at this point, can we just go ahead and clearly state that LeBron is like a cut above Kobe? Like people try to make that shit seem closer than it is.
I think LeBron is better than Kobe. I think that it's weird because I always felt like he always was better than Kobe.
He always has been. It's just
a matter of, what'd you say? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, because I was gonna say he always has been the better player, but you know, it's the rings and the hero ball worship, which fairly or unfairly was a byproduct of Jordan, that hero ball shit, and we kind of got spoiled into thinking like that is how basketball is supposed to be played, and because because Jordan and Kobe gave us all these great hero moments and shots and shit. But as Dan has always said, when we always had this conversation, yes, Jordan made incredibly good clutch shots, but he also missed a lot of them too. You know what I mean?
I guess what I'm trying to say though is, it was like he was always better than Kobe to me as far as it would be not be an argument. You know what I mean? But when he first came in the league as like a rookie, you know, Kobe had a couple years there where it was like, yo,
doing it.
Yeah, like he was the ultimate Goku level Kobe for like 2 or 3 years there, where the argument for LeBron being better was more of an aesthetic argument than it was about whether one was definitively. It was like, what do you prefer your players to do? Right. You know, because Kobe was out there being like, I don't give a fuck. If I drop 81, I bet we won't lose. And it was like, well, you right. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he dropped 73 in 3 quarters against Dallas one game. It was, I mean, his his greatness will be appreciated because he played for the Lakers and shit. LeBron was doing this shit for the Cavs with a sorry ass roster.
History.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Said in the sorry ass history, there was another team on the court when Jordan hit the game winner that was on the Gatorade commercial where he jumped and he pumped the fist. Cleveland was the other team in that highlight.
Right. Yeah. And the thing is, it was a matter of time before we got to this point where it's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, we can clearly say LeBron is better. But yeah, you know, I understand people's loyalty to Kobe though, because he's a fucking psychopath, and he did he did that thing, that intangible thing where you go to a great team and stay there your whole career. So it just cements people as like a legacy type player forever in people's minds. And I think LeBron will always fight the shadow of leaving to go to Miami to learn how to win the championship and coming back to Cleveland to win the championship. That'll always be something that all these old head, you know, you got to stay with one team your whole career people, they'll always hold it against them whether they admit it or not.
Yep, and you know that's why we so conveniently dodged the Wizards part of Jordan's career, because
right.
I mean, that's pro fly. That's him joining another team. I mean,
I've always made this joke, but people treat Jordan's stint on the Wizards like how people treat everything Jay-Z's made after the Black Album. like it never fucking happened. It never fucking happened. But yeah, I hope it should be a great finals. I feel like as basketball fans we deserve 7 games, because no matter how you feel about each team, these past 2 going on 3 years they've been in the finals or gonna be in the finals, it's been some great fucking basketball. So I feel like as basketball fans we deserve another 7 games. So
and 7 good games. Like I don't want 5 blowouts and then like game 6 and 7 to be like down to the wire type games. Like let these 2 teams who are clearly head and shoulders above the rest of the league, like let them battle it out. I want to see all single-digit victories. I want to see timeouts used at the end of the game and strategic fouling, and you know,
just don't call a timeout like Chris Webber.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, the whole season feels like it's just kind of been leading up to this, right? Like we all knew that there was gonna be these 2 teams in the finals again, and everything else is just a matter of circumstance. Like, well, let's just get this out the way so we can get back to what we really want to see.
Right.
So yeah,
who gets to get steamrolled by Golden State next?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and the Cavs to a certain extent. The Cavs lost 1 game the whole playoffs. So it wasn't like it's funny because we compare everything to the Warriors, but it's like if we look at the Cavs, they historically went through the East with ease as well.
Yeah, ain't nobody in the East reaching the finals until after LeBron retired. So
right. And that game that Boston won, I mean, they gave them everything they had with nothing to lose at that point, because IT missed that game, and it was like, all right, we done expelled everything, and all right, might as well go on and beat us now. So
right. But we hope it should be a great 7-game series. And hey man, this is, are you not entertained?
Right.
Is this not why you are here?
Draymond keep his hands off dicks. We'll be all right.
Right. That's another great thing that I'm glad Draymond stopped kicking niggas in the dick. Cause boy. Speaking of dicks, so
That's a terrible segue, Jeremy.
Yeah, but you know what? I am glad that his reign of terror has ended, because honestly, it was incredibly hard to root for that dude, and he doesn't seem like too bad of a person, especially like some of the things he says politically and the way that he talks about race and stuff like that. So I hated rooting against him, but the scourge of the testicle foul was being too much. And he was there, like he was damn near on my like just undercut that nigga list. So
right, like he Draymond a good dude, but his testicular terrorism was just too much to bear.
It was too much, man.
All right, next topic.
But yeah, like I said, speaking of dicks, so T.I. is is a huge dickhead in a lot of people's eyes, and rightfully so. Because we talked about this what, a month or a few weeks ago when we had April HeyApril.com on our fair glam mother, and we talked about how T.I. basically friend zoned Tiny, saying that the marriage was a distraction. And so the season finale of their show, Family Hustle, it ended. It was a marathon yesterday, and the season ended with the 10 o'clock episode. And in the sneak preview on the Twitter feed, we got this exchange, and I'm gonna play it. We'll dive into it from here, but here we go.
You left and went and got a house somewhere else.
Yes, sir. For those who don't understand, Tip had some infidelities with a girl who I hired, and that girl is one of the reasons why I got my own house. I ain't intertwining my souls with no woman.
Hey, look, man, let me tell you
I ain't doing none of that. It's totally different from what you're doing.
You done had your when you was out dude that you know I don't with.
Out what?
You know.
I went out with them.
Hey, man, it don't matter. You was at his house.
What you mean?
You was at his house. You in his house.
You
in his house.
Can y'all hear it? Is it good?
Yeah, we hear it.
Okay.
Which time?
Don't speak on it as if you know what you're talking about. Like, I know 100% that she slept with. How do you know that? Because you see me dancing? How does dancing on a what? How do you know that? You don't know. I ain't never started. He ain't never started. So if he to come and treat me like a woman,
I spent millions on you. What the did you say?
I've done plenty for you. I ain't did for him. What the is you saying?
The point is that you were with the dude that you know I'm at odds with.
Excuse me, but you were with the girl that you met through me. Is
it any better? Odds with
is that any better? Yeah. If I hire you to do a job and you come here and you going to see my man, yes, I'm in odds with you.
Darling,
but I never cheated on you. Ever slept with another man. Ever. Every time I've seen this person, it's because you have did X, Y, and Z to me. I think that we have things that make us a little different. I think there are things that happen along the way, life, growth, that change a person.
All right. So I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you. I haven't watched the show. But you know, because of, you know, the internet and social media and stuff, and, you know, gossip and stuff, you know, it's kind of, you know, hard to not know at least a little bit about T.I. and Tiny's, you know, struggle throughout the years. I just got a couple of things to say, and then I'm gonna pass it to y'all. One, this motherfucker is basically Kurt Frost. Two is this nigga, and as always, part of the reason why this was such a big story, or I would like for people, for us, that are on the Twitters and, in this social media sphere to just see a story and, comment on it, make jokes, whatever, and move on. But not everybody's all right with that. Because of course, there were people, read niggas, who were defending T.I. made this way longer than it really needed to be. This motherfucker basically tried to equivocate Tiny hanging out and taking a picture with Floyd Mayweather to him cheating with Tiny's assistant, and which is one of his many infidelities that he's had over Tiny throughout the years of their marriage. So Rod, Karen, Dan, the floor is y'all.
I'm gonna defer to y'all for now.
I don't really have much to say about it. I don't watch that show.
Me either.
And I don't know. It didn't, like, I saw people arguing about it online, but it just feel like they're not representative of any healthy relationship I would model my shit after. So, people always jump in and try to extrapolate all this meaning for, like, what does this mean about relationships in general? But the only thing that means for me, I don't want to have any experience dealing with either one of that type of relationship where, I'm with a nigga that got hemmed up trying to sell weapons and shit, and
that she went to jail for.
Like, all that shit, everything about that relationship seems unstable and unfuckwittable. So for people to choose this juncture to try to be like, well, this is what it means about relationships in general, I'm like, why did y'all even pick them, and why did y'all pick this moment? And a cheater is always going to justify their cheating. So, to think that you're going to have T.I. or anybody that thinks they can cheat not bring up something. Like, if it wouldn't have been her taking a picture, it would have been something else. It would have been you trying to start your career. It would have been you don't fuck me as much because we have kids. It would have been anything other than the personal responsibility to say, I shouldn't have cheated on you, or I should have stuck to my vows, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, it like I say, it's one of those things where it shouldn't have been like such, like you said, it shouldn't have been such an argument. But again, because niggas, like trying to like justify that shit and argue that shit, like I saw people like was like he said, like after all I've done for you, the millions I spent for you, it was like, nigga, she had money before she met you. Like, what are you like what are you doing? And like people saying like Tiny, it was Tiny's fault, you shouldn't have hung out with Floyd Mayweather. I'm like, but does that excuse the years of cheating outside kids that T.I. done got on her? Like, what is like nigga, that ain't the same. Like, what are you doing?
It's just a chance to blame a woman for some shit. And
come on.
And I also, like I said, man, she been with him. It's that thing when you been with somebody that's fucked up for so long. She could have picked any reason to be like, now this is the thing that I'm done with. You know what I mean? So, I can't imagine a woman putting up with my shit that long, doing that bad, to her.
Yeah. In the words of brother XD, stab him 2017. Stab him.
And and he's the one who left her, right?
So
she went through all this shit, and then he's the one that's like on some. Well, fuck it.
She left. She filed for the divorce. He didn't think she was about that life, but she was like, "Oh, nigga, you got the wrong one today." Like, it's like you said, like she's been putting up with his shit for so long, but it's like, this was the straw that broke the camel's back, and like she left the house. She filed for the divorce, and she she left. He thought he would try to do the show and like, but basically like, how Walker trying to win Tammy back, and like we know Tammy gonna take him back on Love and Hip Hop. Like, right. Tiny ain't no. Tiny's like, no, I ain't gonna be a Tammy this time. Like, she filed for that divorce. And like the only reason like they even did the show was, for the money and the ratings and stuff, and because of contract reason. But she been left that nigga because like she was like she had enough.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, if she left, then I don't really see what it is to argue about. Because the only thing I've been hearing about this is this whole friend zone shit, which people were saying made it sound like he left. But if she's the one that chose to leave, then I don't even know what niggas is arguing about. It's nothing to argue about.
Yeah, I think what it was he said that before like the divorce was finalized and stuff, so that's why it was kind of like a hot topic, and niggas was cracking jokes, and stuff like that. But I think like he said that shit like before it was finalized or whatever, but Tiny stuck to her guns and was like, no. And like I think they, of course they still cordial and stuff for the kids, but like she done with that nigga, and way overdue if we keeping it honest. But yeah, it's just the fact that this nigga, what was made it funny, and like I've been cracking jokes all day, is because like how T.I. talk, like he talked in thesaurus. Like this motherfucker like gave us this damn Queen's English damn jargon, like you were at odds with my adversary. That is unacceptable. It's like nigga. Nigga. Like if you don't get your goddamn Southern draw Queen's English speaking ass the fuck off. Like you were engaged in photogenic proximity to my arch rival, and that is level of the disrespect of the highest order, shouted. Like boy. Yeah, so T.I. is about par for the course for a rapper, if we keeping it honest, like being a bad man and husband to his wife or whatever. But it's hey, look, King was like C-Bar said today, King was 11 years ago. T.I. music ain't been that long after King for motherfuckers be dying on the hill for this nigga.
Well,
they dying on the hill to support a man. It's always weird.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers end up in these situations where they just want to support men. It's the same reason they support Future. It's supporting patriarchy. And it's funny because a lot of these dudes don't have anything in common with them as far as like money, women, possessions and shit. But they do have that same mentality, and they feel it's very important to make sure that women know, quote unquote, their place and how they feel about them, which is why they so vocal on the timeline to be like, this is why I don't fuck with. I mean, this is why I've got to defend whoever is the next man to act out against a woman.
Mm-hmm. But not all men, though. Not all men.
Right. But not all men. But y'all defending motherfuckers. Y'all have nothing.
No. Yeah. No, like we really got to get like either Male or Classic to like make that a soundbite for this show. We've been asking for that. Maybe we get some more people to shop with Amazon and bust the tea so we can get some more money in the collection plate. But yeah, man, like it's like you said, bro. Like niggas, they hate the analogy, but again, prove the point every goddamn time. Straight black men are the white people of black people.
Yeah, sometimes I just see certain shit and I'm like, you're still going and just don't even contribute, because I'm like, I don't know. At this point, it feels like getting it because they don't want to. And
right.
It's a willful type of ignorance, not a not that casual, like I just didn't know any better. So I've been letting people cook for the most part with certain discussions, because I'm like, I know y'all know better. Y'all just really y'all just hate women and want them to know it. Right.
And you don't care how they feel about it, because in their mind, what can a woman do to you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like
call it preferential head assery.
Yeah.
If I could be a T.I. about it, preferential head assery in the black community is desecrating a Okay, let me stop.
Exuberant expounding on this topic pontiferously. But yeah, like it's I was having this thought on like the other day, and it was like, you know, it's because it's, I mean, I make no qualms about this. I mostly follow like black women and black LGBTQ people on Twitter. Like I really don't be here for niggas, you know, for the most part. But I was, you know, sometimes like, cause like I got a lot of dudes blocked, like a lot of niggas and white folks, I got them blocked. Because self-care. But you know, because Twitter's filters are kind of trash, you know, they can still be, you know, RT'd or quote RT'd on your timeline, and it's like sometimes I just be watching it, and it's very, very interesting. Like dudes that I've blocked that I know have been like extremely misogynistic and sexist and homophobic and transphobic and stuff, like have now kind of like rebranded themselves as like feminism leaning men and shit. You know, they changed quote unquote, and like I get it. Like my man Rashani from Single Simulcast, shout out to Rashani, is because we were talking about this one episode, and it's like you are definitely like allowed to change and grow and evolve, but no one is obligated to forget nor forgive like the footprints you left behind. You know what I mean? Because it's like some dudes where like I say, like it's a rebranding. Like you can't even search like it's dudes that I know for certain that were like just horrible, like just saying all kinds of ignorant, disrespectful, hateful shit towards black women, towards, you know, black LGBTQ people, towards black men that would check them and be like, hey dog, this is fucked up. You know what I mean? Like have kind of rebranded themselves as like, oh, I'm woke now. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, you know, your growth, quote unquote, is good, but like I remember when you told a woman like she deserves to be roofed because she had her titties in her ass. So it's like I still can't really fuck with you, you know. But it's interesting to like see you rebranded as kind of like a male feminist or whatever.
Yeah, it is interesting, man. I don't really know or follow that. Like, there's a lot of dudes I just don't know or follow like that, and a lot of times I find out shit about them later where it's like they used to be like this or they said that, because I was never really fucking with them in the first place. I think I've always kind of been a bit of a outsider. Even with the amount of followers I have, there's still a lot of people that, you know, don't fuck with me for various reasons, you know what I mean? And a lot of those are men who just were like, I don't like the shit that this nigga talking about. So I don't never really notice when they come around, but some of this shit is honestly proximity to black women. It's the fact that black women are basically educating people every single day, whether the people accept the education or not. They're kind of always being confronted with the, you know, the lessons that black women are dispensing. And some of the times people stop fighting and start absorbing that shit. I think it's still going to have stumbling blocks, still going to be problematic, still going to cling on to a bunch of shit that is they don't recognize yet, but it's not healthy for them to have that hypermasculinity. It's not healthy for them to have the misogynistic attitudes and all that stuff. And hopefully those people will be kind of socialized into at least listening or appearing to have changed. But yeah, you never can know what's in a person's heart. You never can know if people's change. And I think a lot of times the litmus test is stuff like this T.I. Tiny shit, where you see people come out the woodwork and it's like you're reminded that that person's still either a work in progress or, you know, sometimes even a fraud, you know, and there's really no way to know because everybody's, you know, doing this on the individual level. So you can never tell. Somebody might really be just faking it for the funk and faking the funk, and some people might be real, but actions will tell.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, you know, we all been on Twitter for like 8 years now. I mean, I expect that people, you know, would have thought something at 19 and learned differently at 27. But where I take issue with it is the folks who kind of overcorrect. You know what I mean? Where it's like they were just garbage and you knew they were garbage, and now they're basically, I respect females, and it's like, no, dude, get out of here.
Is that dude still?
Not I respect females. Like we know you. You have a history. You can't be that. You can't go from like -50 to like +1,000. Like that's not how this shit works.
Yeah, you just gotta. Those people will be exposed eventually, man. And honestly, just trust is a fucked up thing because like there's people that I'm sure are waiting for everybody to fuck up. Like there's somebody waiting for me to fuck up. There's somebody waiting for me to fuck up. There's somebody out there being like, this person can't really be on this shit. Like, you know, and I've been accused of being that person before, where it's been people that's like, oh, he hates gay people and shit. And I'm like, I don't even know where the fuck that would come. Like, what?
Right. What's your reference track for this? Like
right. But I've seen people also straight up take to that and believe it without even needing to come to me, without confirming anything, without knowing anything about me. And you know, and there's nothing you can do about it. So you just have to live the life that you feel is righteous and hope that people can see who see you for who you are. And for the people that are frauds, I feel like they also will eventually be exposed to, because people gonna see when, especially with social media now, they're gonna see when you're not righteous, man. Like we see too much of each other to not know when somebody's fucked up. You know, when that XNLB dude that people bring up, or I think that's right, XLMB. Anyway, that dude, like when he fuck up, everybody be talking about it because everybody sees it. You can't be like, it's just there's no place to hide. So even if his heart was in the right place, it doesn't matter at this point. You fucked up publicly 4-5 times. Everybody's watching you now. So I feel like that way for everybody that's faking and everybody that's real, people will see the real too, you know?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. I do crack jokes at that XNLB dude. Not even gonna sit here and lie. But
I'm not even saying you can't crack jokes, dog. I just think it is what it is. What I'm saying, like if he real, that'll be revealed too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Like, some people are horrible at being real, and some people are good at being fake. You know, so there's some people out there that I think are real good advocates that mean well, that do good work. But they're fucking horrible at talking to people. They're horrible talking about people. They do a bunch of shit that looks fraudulent in the light. And it's like, well, they're limiting the help that they could do because of the way that they, behave and the way that they promote themselves and shit. And then there's other people that really do seem scummy and sleazy and, and like backstabby, but they are able to comport their image in a way that makes people feel like, why are you hating on them? They're a good person. All that shit will be exposed sooner or later with time and just, like I said, their actions.
Yep. Speaking of actions, so Wonder Woman, is it out now? Oh,
it comes out and released like Thursday night.
Right. So Wonder Woman will be out Thursday night. They've already done some theaters and stuff have already done pre-screenings for it. And one movie theater in Texas had decided to do a screening for it, and it was with stipulations. And the stipulations was that there is all women, no boys allowed. They said, apologies, gentlemen, but we're embracing our girl power and saying no guys allowed for one special night at the Alamo Ritz. And when we say people who identify as women only, we mean it. On the Austin movie theater chain announced on Wednesday about the June 6th showing. Everybody working at this screening, venue staff, projectionist, and culinary team will be female. Which, not gonna lie, like I'm not. Well, first of all, I'm not. Everybody knows that I'm not that big of a movie person, but I will admit, like when I saw the trailers for this shit, I'm like, this shit is fly. Like I might go see this shit. This shit looks good. I'm not. I don't pretend to be like really, have deep lore knowledge about, comic book lore and superhero lore and stuff like that. But for me, when some shit look good to me, So shit look good to me, and I want to see it. And this shit looks good. So I might be seeing this shit. Yes. So they promoted this, and they sold out in a little over 2 hours. Which is pretty damn good. You know, hey man, look, women be shopping. Women shopping. And so the strength but not everybody was okay with it, all women screening of this film. Because men protested and flooded the movie theater's Facebook page, calling the event sexist. One Facebook user claimed that it is very tacky, and he said, I am all for equality and having screening, specifically stating that it is not inclusive to everyone. It is against equality. I'm not saying Alamo did this intentionally, but it is still just wrong. Another Facebook user said that it is sexist and bigoted. Another one said, if women are entitled to exclusivity and sense of togetherness, then so are men. If you don't provide the experience people are looking for, others will. And frankly, with that attitude, you're not going to be the ones making that money. Men
I
were
don't see how an event that sold out is gonna not make money.
right.
Like, we're not talking about Fire Festival here. Like, this is gonna make money.
Maybe they're saying women will bring snacks in their purses and therefore sales will be down.
They got an unfair advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but you know who promotes that though, niggas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's dudes who be saying, "Say, baby, bring the big purse, so we can get this 5-piece special in,
Mm-hmm.
and these sour worms."
I'm just trying to follow the logic because I don't know what these brothers talking about.
Yeah, and
Ain't done.
oh, I was about to say, and for me, yeah, I feel a way about Wonder Woman and the situation around Wonder Woman and how it's handled and how the studio has handled it. I just have all types of problems with it. They didn't promote it properly. The studio was really didn't invest the money that it should have. It started promoting other movies that were coming out after this more than they were promoting. See, me and Roger are kind of outliers when it goes to the movies. We go to the movies a lot, y'all. Like sometimes 2 or 3 times in a weekend to the movies. So we go to the movies a lot. So the trailers for Wonder Woman should have been out months ago. And they just recently, within the past 2 weeks, started actually pushing it on television and pushing it in the movie theaters and things like that. And from my perspective, you do this movie a disservice. This is when it comes to women comics, and Wonder Woman is like the one that most people know. If you don't even know or follow, you know Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman. Those are kind of the 3, even if you don't follow comics. And it's very insulting that it's 75th year anniversary, and earlier, a few months ago, was Women's Month. Not one single solitary commercial on TV, not one single solitary preview for a movie, but it's Women's Month, dog. That was a slam dunk. NBA Finals, you should have been everywhere. For Guardians of the Galaxy, what did you see? You seen Groot. You see Groot on Geico. You seen Groot everywhere. You should have had her with her red, white, and blue every fucking where. We shouldn't have been like, God damn, because it was so bad that most people didn't even know when the movie was coming out. A lot of people was like, it come out in July because you didn't promote it properly. So I think that they did it a disservice, in my opinion. I actually want the movie to do good. But my thing is, men have a problem with women. Even when it comes to comics, they just have a problem with women, period. I think also, I think the studio, in my opinion, is trying to sabotage because the studio don't want to invest the money behind it. They've invested money behind terrible movies. Did it with men starring. You invested the money behind it. So everybody want to hem and haw and make all these excuses. I personally don't want to hear that. And it's funny when the marginalized group who you outcast says, well, fuck it, we want to do something with just us. The group of privilege wants to invade there too. I have a problem with that. And it's one of the things where me particularly being a woman, I'm gonna tell you right now, I treat white women and black men in the same category. I don't trust those groups in general. You know, yes, I trust individual in the group, and there are good people in these groups. But overall, history has shown me that you will screw over black women and leave them behind. And it's one of those things.
Not to cut you off, but for because I got like 3 articles up pulled it now from the tweets and Facebook posts I'm seeing. Almost all of them are white men, but we not gonna act like niggas wouldn't think the same thing too. So we still stands. I just want to,
Yeah, and my thing is because I'm on Black Twitter, I see more of Black Twitter.
Right.
You know, of course the white men are going to be there. That's not trying to fun. That's obvious. White men and hoteps, they basically have the same logic. They don't like women. You know, they don't like women, and they don't particularly black women. You know, that's why I say that, because they kind of follow in the same category, and they're related, if that makes sense. Of course, the white men gonna show up, and the thing is, niggas show up too. The MRA, and a lot of times is the history of it is white dudes, but I consider MRA and hoteps, they're similar to me. You know, from my lack of knowledge, you know, they're similar to me.
The alt-right and the unk-right.
Right, the alt-right and unk-right, you know, but they both wear hoods, you know, different types of hoods, but they both wear hoods. But back to what I was saying, when it comes to Wonder Woman, it also shows the masculinity of men, you know, how fragile it is. People say that, but it's truthful, because you not being there as a male, it's not going to hurt you. You're not at a disadvantage. You're not missing anything. You can always go to the next showing. It's not going to rock your world in any type of way, form, shape, form, or fashion.
Yeah, like people, it's like what we was saying earlier about like the not all men shit. Like people try to like poo-poo that shit and like discredit that shit, but like that shit is real, man. Like we not about to sit up here and act like a woman, like they call this shit sexist. Like nigga, nigga.
Some dude on Twitter was like, "This is a violation of my civil rights," and I was like, "Civil rights?
wait a minute,
Civil rights?
A violation of what?"
He said, "This is a violation of our civil rights." Now, our was obviously referring to men.
Nigga.
And I think a lot of that is, you know what, I've realized, and maybe this is just me, and I'm not, you know, and put like this, I realize a lot of people, I've come to the conclusion, a lot of people lack critical thinking skills, and they don't know what words mean, you know, because women are not the group in power. So what you're saying makes no sense.
Well, also the privilege response, like whenever someone's privilege is attacked, they respond the same way. It's actually how I got to that conclusion about the black men, white men shit, white people shit, because a lot of times it's the same words, but just expressed differently. It's the same techniques and everything. It's, you know, I'm under attack. You're oppressing me. Well, if sexism is bad, how can you do this? It's that kind of
right. Right. They're just so terrible. And like, you know, to hear people use words like this is discrimination and this is segregation. I'm like, you know what segregation was? Segregation meant you didn't have a choice.
Right.
Like segregation.
Also, I mean, they act like it's the only screenings. They're acting like it's the only screenings, the only time they can see the movie and all this shit. Like, you know, and it is a special occurrence for a lot of women that have been waiting on this, man. And it's what this hero is all about, man. It's funny because these same dudes will be laughing and talking shit about the movie and the woman being like, and the hero being like, these fucking social justice warrior cuck, snowflake, princess, women, Mary Sue's. Like, they can't wait to be in the theater to give them the money so they can go home and complain about how women got it too easy. It's fucking sick. And wait till they see Black Panther come out, because that's gonna be even a different experience for these motherfuckers.
Oh boy!
I just thought about Rob while you were saying that. I thought about how they reacted to Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the thing about Ghostbusters is that same logic. It's just something about women, and when women take control and do something that a man has nothing to do with, and he can't come in and swing his dick and tell you what to do, all of a sudden it has a problem. If he can't put his testosterone in it or on it or around it, it becomes a problem. And there's and just like when white people say, when black people become emboldened, white people fear and they panic and they lash back. When women become emboldened, men panic and they lash back, because the last thing they want you to do is know your worth.
Right, that's like, I saw something, similar conversation. Like somebody made the clip, they were like, oh, so they're gonna let trans women who actually men like go to this too, and I'm reading it like, yeah, they are.
All these dudes are just confirming why the fuck they shouldn't be there.
Right.
Thank you. Like, you don't belong. Like, don't go.
Yeah, you hate these people, and you mad that they got something, but then you swear everything on your life is about them not wanting them to be around.
Now see, and that's particularly like strong annoyance, because it's like, stop proving like how trash you are. I mean, if you want to show that you're like this person worth being around, stop being like anathema to that like all this time. Be better. Be a better version of you. And then the dude was like, it's bad enough male and minority, and I was like, wait. Like by numbers, yeah, sure, that might be true, but in terms of like power balance, I mean, that's not really true. And if it does become true, I mean, are you afraid that minorities are treated badly or something? Like, what are you afraid of?
Yep. Sad and pathetic, man, and all too predictable at this point.
Yeah, it is. It's and it becomes a cycle, particularly if you've been on social media for any period of time. It is a big cycle. And when it comes to women and women enjoying anything, people have got to come, particularly men, and just shit on it. Like, how dare you have a smile on your face? How dare you be proud of yourself? How dare you be happy about some shit that don't involve you?
How dare you enjoy a thing?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of men invading women's spaces, so we had the male rompers, the romp hymns. Hey, look, man, I ain't gonna sit here and lie. Say what you want. If I stop being fat and lose this weight, I'm gonna get me a Nike romper in my nigga slides and grill with a fifth Crown Royal in my hand. I don't care.
Yes, I was here for it. I don't mind objectification for anybody. Like, I'm not against that. I am here for the thigh meat. I am here for the Buddhists. I am here for the prince.
Karen is here for the male romp, or for the romper.
Karen is signed on the chat.
Yeah. This summer gonna be lit with the rumpers.
See, and so here's my thing about the rompers, and I'm gonna tell on myself a little bit, but that's okay. So what blew my mind about the conversation was like, people were just being stupid as far as like from a fashion sense. Like, clothing is cut differently by gender, and like when women began wearing t-shirts instead of just blouses all the time, we didn't call them she-shirts. It was just, all right, the armholes are cut a little higher, the sleeves are a little bit further up the arm, and the cut in the actual shape of the shirt is like, it's got a curve in it corresponding with the curve of a woman's body, but other than that, it's a t-shirt. It just is what it is. And could a woman wear, a t-shirt that has just go ahead and call for the sake of easing this conversation alone, a masculine like armhole cut, sure. Could a guy wear a shirt that's got, it's not sleeveless, but it's got those high cut sleeves like a women's shirt, is currently designed? Absolutely. Like, that can go both ways. It doesn't matter. No one cares. Like, we look at like tank tops, like guys usually have like the beaters and women have more like the spaghetti strap style. Could those be worn interchangeably? Absolutely. I mean, you would know, okay, this is cut for a woman, this is cut for a man, whatever, but it's not like the body like forbids it. And that's the same thing with the romper. Like, it's not like the body just out and out forbids like the way a romper cut for a man's body would be cut, basically.
Not to cut you off, Dan, but the rompers ain't what this article about. Ain't what I'm finna talk about. It just mentions it in the article.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So Karen, you are here for the rompims or for men and rompers.
Yes, I am 100% here for it. Because it's like the women's onesies.
My question is.
So I am here, and I'm not gonna lie. The onesies are comfortable, and like I love it. I have no problem with it. It ain't. Go ahead.
Now my question is, are you gonna be here for the game changing male weaves for balding men?
You bought it. It's yours.
Now, see, that's been on the table already. We've seen those videos. Like, I remember seeing those videos in like 2012 on Twitter. Like, the dudes getting their hairlines like repaired, and like, somebody who's going to be appearing in the finals on Thursday is a faithful customer to one such program. And he admitted in an interview last week, he was like, the whole thing with me going bald, that'll happen after my career. And it's like, Brian, we've seen, like, we know it's gone, bro. Like, you can't pull a wool over our eyes on this one. Like, we know.
Yeah, because for men and women, it's a little different. I think for men, as they go bald, some of them just say fuck it and shave it all off, or some of them they just hold on for dear life just to give them a second chance.
Mm-hmm. But like, and the thing is, we've historically kind of said that both are okay for men, like, because we don't get wrapped up in like the men's aesthetic too much. Like, we've seen guys who are balding on the sides like from as early as 25, guys who are going gray, guys who decide to buzz it all off, and guys who decide, you know what, I'm gonna keep my little hair on the side and back that I got, and everybody gonna know I got a top bald head, so what? But if a woman who might have male pattern baldness running in her family, that's a whole other ball game. Like, the ways in which that is concealed and obscured and outright hidden, like, the wig industry is a thing, for many reasons, like aesthetically, style-wise, and to have fun with variety and whatnot. But there is a large quotient of women who have like the male pattern baldness who resort to wigs as a means of, like, I don't want to call it survival, but like boosting their self-esteem.
Yeah, because men and women are judged very differently when it comes to appearance. Women are judged very harshly, and that goes back to men. A lot of the standards for women didn't set those standards. Men set those standards for women, and people have just accepted it. Because there are some women with low cuts, and you have some people go, I like my woman, with longer hair, and not to get off topic, but even, with me, where I've been through it all, y'all. I've had Jerry curls, I have sew-ins, I've had weaves, I had the glue-ins, my hair is natural, I color, bleach, I have been through it all. And you don't know what you're going to get from me. It depends on how I feel. So when I come into work, people go, I think somebody asked me, your husband let you do this, huh? Let me do what? I don't give a damn what he thinks about this. This is my head. But I know for some men, that's that controlling thing where they feel like you have to be however I want you to be. I was like, he ain't got to live with this. I do.
Right. And like, it's one thing for a guy, for example, to like say, I like X, Y, Z, and I'm gonna hook it up, and like, as long as you make the time for it. But again, that's a choice. That's what that's two people's decision. That ain't got nothing to do with the outside world or people saying how, do he let you do this? Do he let you do that? No, like, we talk about it and we got an understanding, or he mind his goddamn business and I do what I want. Like that's the parameters, and that's it. That's all it takes.
Yeah, and I think that's why people have a problem with me a lot of times, because I'm just so outspoken. Roger, you need to get control of your woman. I don't know what you call yourself doing over there. According to some, some folks.
Oh no, carry on. I'm good.
Rod like I'm just here so I don't get fined. But
if Rod in that group where he's like, what she does, and I'm cool with it, then I mean, hey, that is well within the pale of like what should be socially acceptable, as opposed to, again, folks who just try to run the show for two people. And it's like, no, I can understand, like, you just make decisions for your kids and you like add and change or modify restrictions based on like what age they at and what peer group they in and whatnot. But with an adult, somebody who you plans to marry, somebody you in a long-term situation with, and like you've come to accept this person as they are, that's absurd. Like I can't process that. I mean, I've been married.
That's because you have a functioning brain, Dan. So but what about these man weaves? To the article, it says, don't think of man weaves as fake hair. Think of them as alternative hair. It says, alternative hair, Karen. This says, man weaves are designed for most hair types, including Caucasian, Latino, African American / Black, and have been growing in popularity over the past 2 to 5 years. In most cases, man weaves are 100% human hair, and although some are blends with synthetic hair. Not only have man weaves been providing a cover for balding men, but among African American men, the trend is injecting even more cash into the already booming black hair industry. Which it says in 10 years it will be a game changer. Let's see. Goddamn. It says you may be asking how much it costs to get a man weave. Well, Jeremy is here to tell you. A single installation of man weave, including special custom-made hair units, can cost from $275 to $800. It's safe to say hair supplies, hairstylists, and barbers, such as Wade Mercedes, are going to be kept busy.
Yeah, that's why people still weaves. A lot of people joke about weaves, but I'm not trying to be funny. Certain strands of yaki and all that shit be like a few $100s a pack.
Alternative yaks.
Yes.
That may not be the show title, just
they really call it man weave too, because men are so fucking scared to just say we do something that women do.
It's all right,
it's like how they gotta call them romp hymns. I was like, nigga, still a romper. Come on, man.
Right.
You gonna sew some pockets in the front and call it something different? Come on, man.
Right. I just thought that was interesting and hilarious. Like the title of the article is what got me, is like, don't call it fake hair, call it alternative hair. Like,
okay.
That sounds like some shit that T.I. would say.
I just want to see two big ass niggas start fighting. I just want to see two big ass niggas start fighting, and then somebody be like, "I got your weave, bitch. I got your weave, bitch."
I mean, it's coming.
Right. You just playing basketball and two niggas start fighting over a call and one of them pull out their damn weave like, "What's up then, bro? What's up? What's up?" Oh shit. Now I want to see it. I can't unsee it now. And then one on got to have like a Stephen A. Smith style like weave. Cause that shit, like, cause it's gonna be a nigga like in a zoot suit and some shit gonna come out as Stacey Adams, over somebody cut him off in traffic and take out that goddamn weed. It gonna be a nigga that keep basketball shorts under his damn suit, just waiting for a motherfucker to try it so he can snatch off his
life.
Shit, I can't unsee it now. Somebody in a Steve Harvey suit need to get a man weave so we can watch this shit. I want to see it. Put it on Worldstar. Worldstar still with us, or is it? Damn, Worldstar. Damn. So damn. So World
I assume World Star's still with us. I think people just don't push it on World Stars much no more.
Damn.
The media takeout.
White people. Oh God, I fucking. Let me just say this on there. I hate media takeout. I hate the way they write their captions.
Damn. So World Star crossed so Vine could fly, and then Vine died. Goddamn. Goddamn.
Vine.
Vine's dead. Mourn him. Shout out to XD, Jaden XD podcast. So here on the Crown of College podcast, we have an appreciation for music, and we have a segment on this show. For those of you that are just joining us, we have a segment on this show called "Bring It Back" or "Bring It Bike."
Well, we'll call it that. Who the fuck took
we got company, so I try to be educated. Try to sound like I'm read. So
we do it as if we invited them in our home.
Nigga ass Caucasian home. But on our Bring It Back segment, we review speaking of reminisce, happy birthday to Queen Remy Ma. Just luscious as all get out. Queen. But we reminisce albums that are at least 10 years or older in the month that they were released. We did one earlier. I can't remember the one we did at the beginning of this month. But since the June is literally gonna start like in a couple of days before we have a new show next week, I figured fuck it, we'll go ahead and do it. And we are going to be revisiting Alicia Keys' Songs in A Minor album.
Which, by the way, I don't know if you were around for this, but that album when it came out was a great R. Kelly punchline. But
God damn it. God damn it.
Anyway, I like that album a lot. That's one I go back to fairly regularly. Again, it was Alicia's debut album, so it was like, you know, she had the Fallen video and she had the J-Lo braids, and it was like, what do we have here exactly? Who is this person making, you know, this awesome music that
who this little girl on this damn piano?
Right. That was the big thing. It was like, man, she on this piano heavy, like, you know, she ain't just got like all these produced sounds, like this is her playing the piano. And then of course we found out producers were like had their fingers all in her shit. But anyway, the newness of it was like profound. For that time. It was like, you know, she put, you know, what she did in like her stage name, which is pretty fucking dope. As for the album itself, again, just the deeper cuts, man, just went. I'll let somebody else talk about those at greater length, but anyone else want to jump in?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I listen to it a couple times a day, but I remember when it came out, I listened to it all the time. It's definitely one of my favorite, I guess, women R&B albums of all time, actually. And it was before we knew that she didn't really have that much range.
Right.
So to me, it was just like I hadn't heard a woman really sing like this. Maybe Toni Braxton a little bit, but you know, she piano and the riffs, and it was piano but with a hip hop influence, which also really you know, made me, you know, like love it. And I still love the album to this day. So like, I'm not a huge Alicia Keys fan. There's a lot of stuff that I just kind of lost track of her after a while. But the Diary probably was where I fell off, somewhere around there.
Come on, I got no As I Am fans on the
No, like Diary was the last good. I'm not saying it was trash, but it was not Songs in A Minor or Diary. But
well, I'm not even evaluating it. I'm literally saying I just fell off, so I didn't even listen to them really. So it could be good. I don't know, but I just think I think Songs in A Minor was, you know, I just thought was a fucking classic album that at least stands the test of time for me. But you know, after that, I kind of fell off. You know, I like some of her singles and shit, you know, but you know, like I really think her lack of range started kind of showing,
especially as she got, you know, as her age, like the age showed the lack of range.
Yeah, that's the thing. It feels like she got less range the older she got, or maybe we just got used to it. And after I realized she really, that was about it. It was like, okay, well, cool. I can just get back to, chilling.
Mm-hmm. Also, this album, it was very, very cohesive. Like, not only did it have like good songs and like the deeper cuts, like some of the some of the deeper cuts are actually like better than some of the singles. But like it's very cohesive. Like for example, like earlier this month we reviewed Destiny's Child Survivor album. And one of the things we were saying was that the album isn't bad and it does have good songs on it, but it's not necessarily cohesive. Like it's kind of like all over the place. Like with this here, Alicia, like this is straight. Like it seems like every song is telling a story to it's like every song is a chapter in a big ass book, and you just go chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. Like it's cohesive, straight to the point, and like again, like we didn't notice the lack of range until she got older, but for the time that it came out and like with her, skills with the piano and the production with this album was very good. Like it's just a very good, like Ross said, classic cohesive album.
I love this album. It brought back a lot of memories because I haven't heard it in a while. And what 2001? Yeah, I was in college, and I went to school at Fayetteville State. So from Fayetteville to Charlotte, about 2.5 hour drive, about 3 to give or take. And I would just put it in, just listen to it on repeat, like listen to it all the time. The CD player, call them Age here, and it brought back so many memories of how much I actually loved that first album. I'm like Roderick. She had a few hits here and there as far as individual songs, but as far as like a collective, this was her best. Like literally her best. It was one of the few albums that I can listen to from start to finish and not skip. It was like nostalgia to me, playing it all over again, and it was just a fun ride. And I really wished that her career would have went differently, in my opinion. But I really, really did enjoy that album.
It's well, one, like I feel like Alicia has had like good songs and good ideas, but like some of the songs that she's tried to sing, like Ross said, like she don't really have that much range, but you can get by with that, like if you stay like in your lane, like some songs like she's tried to sing like what's that one damn song where she like hollering loud as fuck, well, which is basically like all of them. Like lately, like she trying to like yell like vintage Mariah Carey, and it's like you don't even have like a fourth of that range, Alicia. Like, what are you doing?
For me, it was the New York joint for Jay-Z was the one where I was just like, yo.
Yeah, she was yelling like a motherfucker on that shit.
You can't do that, dog. You're just yelling.
Yeah, and to know me is to know that I appreciate a good yell singing ass nigga. Like I stand for Cisco, but that was one where Alicia like, nah, girl, what do you like, baby? What is you doing? But yeah, this like it's been a while since I listened to this myself. Like I said, for me, like Diary is probably my favorite Alicia Keys album, then followed by this one. So like Diary just have a special place in my heart. But just going back and listening to this, also while I was saying like this album is like telling the story of a book. The title of the book of this album would be Tales of a Side Chick, because
a lot of cheating.
Lot of cheating, lot of Kirk Frost activities going on in this album. Lot of Kirkisms in this album. Lot of them. But as always, we do these bring it backs to Karen's point. We do these bring it backs to like give us that nostalgia. You know, like we don't try to be, you know, get off our lawn ass niggas, but it is, you know, good to like revisit like classics and stuff that, you know, we grew up listening to and stuff. So that's why we do these bring it backs. Karen, Rod, whichever.
Hold up, before you move on, what was y'all favorite track on the album?
We were just getting to that. I was just saying that. We always at the end of this segment, we always ask what are your top 3 tracks on the album in no particular order. So Rod and Karen, floor is yours. And again, it's whatever top 3 of your favorite 3 on the album, and it don't have to be in any particular order.
I think for me is Jane Doe, Mr. Man, and hate to be typical, but Fallen was just, I mean, first time I heard Fallen, I was like, yo, this girl is special.
That bridge, man, that bridge.
And the fact that she was playing the piano, like, I think that was the part that just took it to the next level. Like, I don't know that the song, like, if I played it for some kid now, I don't know that they get it, but if you saw it, I think it's more like, yo, who's this? Like, she can play the piano and sing that shit? Okay, girl.
Right, you'd be like if Twitter was around back then, you'd be like, hey, boo, let me DM you. Who you playing with?
Mr. Man just had this fancy sound with his violins in it and shit, and it was a duet, and the dude's voice perfectly matched hers. That was dope. And Jane Doe, also a collaboration, but has one of the catchiest fucking hooks I've ever heard. And even when I listened to this album today, I immediately was just like right back in that place where I can't get that tune out of my head anymore.
Karen?
I think for me, similar to Roderick, I like Jane Doe. I liked Falling and the intro song.
The piano.
You talking about Girlfriend?
No, not the Girlfriend, but the pre-intro.
Oh, okay.
You know how she does like a pre-intro? Before it starts. That I really like that because that kind of set the tone for the entire album. And I remember when I first heard that, I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? And then it just kind of flowed from there, and it kind of flowed like a river. You know, and it's almost one of the things where you almost had to be in that time to kind of understand how iconic it was to hear an album like that at the time. Now, people will go, whatever. But at that time, it was something special. Yeah,
this was a time when like real earthy, like neo soul singing ass niggas and niggas was it was a good time for music. This
like neo soul, like Music Soul Child was popping. D'Angelo,
Gio Scott had kind of just popped
Badu,
on the scene.
all that shit. It was lit. That was like, to me, that was like the last era of R&B that I fucked with.
Yeah. Like for me, I don't like my music. You know, again, not that I'm gonna get off my lawn ass nigga, but like most of my music library stops at like the early 2000s for the most part. Like I catch new shit and like I bop to it, you know what I mean? But for the most part, you look at my Spotify, most of my music stops at like the early 2000s. Dan, favorites on the album. Oh, did we lose Dan? Oh,
Dan left the building.
Damn, Dan, they done kicked the Dan off the table. Goddamn.
On his own podcast.
White folks done kicked kicked the cheese off the table. Goddamn. Well, shit. Yeah, I think he'll be back with us though. I'll text him and see what's happening. Hopefully we didn't lose him. You know, maybe hopefully he paid his phone bill. For me, I guess I would have to say my favorite 3 are A Woman's Worth, Jane Doe, which Jane Doe is just fucking amazing for all the reasons that you guys said plus more. Like Jane Doe is just awesome as fuck. Like Roy said, like that hook, that shit. Like it's certain songs where like they come on and like I just can't help but jig, and that's one of them. Jane Doe is one of them. So Woman's Worth, James Doe, and I would say Never Felt This Way. Her cover of Brian McKnight's Brian McKnight song, which, by the way, that shit. The one thing I love about that song was one, in my opinion, she sung it better than Brian McKnight did. Two, she made it into a fucking interlude to the next damn song of Butterflies. Like how you cover somebody's song as an interlude to another song? Like how? What? Like,
I think it was also interesting because she sang it in a deeper voice than Brian McKnight did.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's right. Like the dude's voice is lighter on that same track as hers is a lower range is lower. It's amazing.
Right, Dan, you back with us?
I am. Yes, my phone is back in commission.
Damn, we was like, nigga, did white folks abduct you? Like somebody done kicked the Dan off the table.
Yeah, no, it was so I pulled over to stop and let this ambulance over, and then like my phone was just like, nope, not right now.
Well, what are your faves on the album, Dan?
Top 3 from
songs in their mind.
Let's see. Mr. Man was cool. I like that song a lot. Butterflies is always gonna be the forever jam. And out of the singles, which single was my favorite? Probably A Woman's Worth, actually. I kind of like the piano work on that one the most. Falling's just too easy a choice, so that's why I'm dodging it on purpose. But yeah, I'm gonna go with them 3. I'm gonna go Mr. Man, I'm gonna go Butterflies, and I'm gonna go Woman's Worth. Although if you ask me in a month, that might change. So understand, this is a rotating, non-binding list that I'm giving you here on episode 123 of the Crown and College podcast.
All right. And we're approaching the end of the show. But we Ron and Karen, we can't let y'all leave without having a bit of fun. This is basically like this is basically like what white people news is for Crown of College. It has been a staple of our show for years, and we just getting back in the swing of doing it. And where we read Craigslist misconnections because people on the internet are stupid. And because due to our very special guests, we are doing these misconnections from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Misconnections here.
Y'all need to know what these folks on the internet in y'all city is doing, Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can avoid these motherfuckers. Yeah, this is a perfect kind of college public service announcement. I got 3, and we ain't too far on time. Classic won't kick my ass too bad, so we can do it. As always, I
can't afford 2 of those in a row, so
I know, right? We've been doing good on time though. Actually, it just seemed longer than it is, but when I go before I send it to Classic, before he edited, I'm like, oh shit, we didn't go over 2 hours. But yeah, so I read these as is, and when I read them, if it sounds like it's misspelled or they don't have the proper punctuation, you are correct. So I got 3. So let's get into it. Get my black man of my white man of color voice on. Looking for an old online pen pal from old days of AOL car chat rooms. You all were a beautiful redhead, and we used to chat a lot back in the days of AOL car chat rooms in the late 1990s. Your nickname was Tiffy, and your AOL name was Anglo Red. Mine used to be Warhorse 302. I used to live in Spring Lake, North Carolina, but now I live down in Tampa, Florida. You used to have a 5.0 Mustang notchback, and I had a 5.0 GT hatchback. I recently dug through some old stuff and found the letter you wrote me and sent pictures of yourself. I looked you up on social media, but haven't found you. Maybe married now? Would love to hear from you again and catch up. I want to know that you're doing great and see how life has treated you. P.S. A once mutual online friend told me several years ago that he used to hang with you, Billy, with the white notchback. And he said back then you were living in Concord. The end.
She don't want him because his clothes whack. She ain't gone. She just changed her name. She made sure this nigga never found her again. That's all.
Yeah, she didn't want to be found.
Oh man, I just imagine like her, like you said, I'm pretty sure like she still got this nigga contact information and shit on AOL. She just reading this shit with her husband that got a bigger dick than he do. Just like, look at this nigga. Just look at this.
And who is still on AOL, dog?
Well, first of all,
Question?
First of all, you are correct. Also, the question that we always come back to with these misconnections is
why
Craigslist? Why?
That's a scary place.
Craigslist is. Oh, we've had some.
Like Craigslist now is scarier than AOL was. That should tell you everything you need to goddamn know.
We've had.
And now, so they got rid of that back page. Like people really desperate on that Craigslist now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we've had some Craigslist all-star misconnections on this shit. We had some doozies.
like old boy from Jackson.
Nigga.
I can't remember his name, but he had his whole name in his Craigslist misconnection.
Willie James.
Wow.
Willie James. Willie James with that goddamn fedora and Steve Harvey mustache. Willie James was out here playing with these hoes. But all right, I'm thinking I put this guy a picture in the hangout chat. Y'all got to see this shit. Hold on. Yeah, y'all got to see this shit. Trust me, the picture is gonna make the misconnection 1,000 times funnier. Okay.
But they put their pictures with the misconnections.
Some of them do.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Some of them do. Hold on. Let me see. Can I save this shit?
See, now he done really fucked himself up because she gonna see his picture now and be like, I already kind of didn't see it for you back then, but now ain't a chance in hell. That's how that's gonna go. I'm just gonna shrug. I'm gonna hit the Kanye shrug and just be like,
God damn it.
Told you so, nigga.
God damn it, it won't let me share it. But just think of like
link the misconnection. We can pull the misconnection up.
Yeah, link us on Twitter or something.
All right. Let me
I mean, if it's not too much, hassle or whatever, it's no biggie.
All right. Check the hangout or the hangout chat. I just posted the link. All right. Okay. Any women with a disability?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Why is he specifically looking for someone with a disability?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! He looked like he's like a off-brand John B.
Carl B. But I'm gonna read it. I'm 33 and let's talk. Do you smoke? I don't know what to say. I would wish for you to be my age or within 10 years, but then again, it doesn't really matter. I have multiple scoliosis. I'm assuming this is supposed to be scoliosis. Scoliosis.
Multiple sclerosis is probably what.
Sclerosis. Okay. Thank you. Look. Hey. All right. I've seen some shit on these Craigslist streets. And do you have something? So we have something to talk about. It does not matter what it is. We could talk about anything. I am really interested. Message. I will respond it. I know when it is not like not to have someone to talk to.
I just feel bad for him, man. Like, I don't really.
First Craigslist misconnection we have told without anything except the subject of it.
Yeah, I just
thought, oh shit, and basically was right.
I mean, it sounds like he feels that he was that his MS diagnosis is messing up his life, and he don't have nobody to talk to, so he looking for somebody that has a disability so they could talk to each other. I just feel bad. I don't even. Oh man, that poor guy.
It's like if Carl Thomas was a white man in Alabama, it would be this guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel bad. I don't know. I just hope that dude find somebody to talk to, man.
There's somebody out there for him. I promise it is.
Yeah, I don't have nothing condescending to say.
It's gotta be a white woman pick me waiting for someone like this.
I would be more upset if like I wouldn't make jokes about him or something if it had like if it ended with like no black people or something. I'd be like, this motherfucker, but like he to talk to somebody.
He need a little bit of schism for you to make sure.
Yeah, I mean, he looked like he could be kind of racist, but he didn't say nothing racist, so I got to give him a pass.
All right. This is the last one. And I'm going to try to speed through this. Why online dating is doomed. Well, I am a really, really, really funny and amazing guy. And you know what? The world doesn't work that way. This is how the world works. If a woman is looking for a love online, either browsing personal ads or answering Craigslist personal ads, she is defective in one of the following ways: addict, overweight.
Wait. He's what?
Defective.
Oh, continue.
Defective is what the man is trying to say there. She is either an addict, overweight, ugly, angry, mean, deeply conflicted, low self-esteem, shitty job, no career, no ambition, wants kids, wants financial support, trying to cheat on husband, etc., etc., etc.
That's a lot of qualifications, but continue.
Oh, it gets worse, my friend. The really hot quality girls are either married or in, quote, monogamous relationships. The scarce quotes around monogamous just mean that they might slip up and sleep with a friend or around a dude in a bar if the mood strikes. Nobody finds out, or if they do, they're forgiven. The really hot quality girls spend all their days in corporate environments since men and women are equal now. Wonder who he voted for. And then go home to their boyfriend. Wait. He's trying to say boyfriends, I'm assuming. This motherfucker said boyfriends. Like boar as in the animal boar. Boyfriends.
He's trying to say it like CeeLo and that was so it's like go home to your little boyfriend. Fuck you.
Yeah, this basically is this misconnection if we keep it in the book. But boyfriends who fuck them in pretty much the same way all the time. Parentheses, I know this because I've been one of those boyfriends.
Did he spell that way?
Yes. Yeah, he said.
But now he sees her riding around town with a boy he know, and he like fuck.
Right, he like fuck you. The really hot quality girls might go on a girls' night, but then it's all about drinking and dancing and looking hot, and only occasionally, in very rare instances, letting themselves get fucked. The so-called play, and he put fucked in bold, and the so-called players and player wannabes spend 90% of their efforts trying to find or manufacture those instances when an otherwise claimed woman will open her legs for just one night. The really sequestered women. The really hot quality girls therefore are sequestered away from the really hot quality guys who may be single, like myself. If you are a really funny, attractive, intelligent girl in this category, the best thing you can do is get in touch with me. No one-liners, please. The end.
That's a huge neg. Like, what woman's gonna fall for that shit?
Come on.
I love how he basically was like, not all women with not all men, but pick me because I'm not all men. Like this shit was a whole Venn diagram of like it was a whole Venn diagram of like pick me, but like for men. Like this shit. It was like it was like not all men meets women only. Women don't like good guys to women women are sluts and hoes to like the good girls are losing while hoes staying winning. Like it was a Venn diagram of like every single trope that like plays out on social media in one damn misconnection.
Yep. Meanwhile, the biggest irony is he's telling people that online dating is the worst while looking for a date online
on Craigslist.
Right. Like maybe that's why it's the worst, sir.
And having all the qualifications for women in the world at the same damn time. Like this motherfucker. I love how he said that like women that are searching like on Craigslist are less desirable and deplorable, while at the same time advertising himself on Craigslist.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a treat.
Right.
Like
he's gonna be great to have one disagreement with. I'll tell you.
I'm sure he's just a pillar of masculinity and is setting it out for the ground like Tay Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
What a special snowflake cook of a man. Well, as always, kids, we read these misconnections to basically tell you to stay your ass off Craigslist. And if you want to know how people are stupid and desperate and crazy on Craigslist, just tune in to Crown of College. We're gonna read this shit and make fun of people. So yeah. That about does it for this episode. Thank Rod and Karen. Thank you guys so much for joining us. This has been a pleasure and a blast.
Hey, thanks for having us, man.
Tell the people where they can find the black guy who tips if they don't know, if they live under a rock and don't have Wi-Fi, or they like got like the Tyrese of Wi-Fi. Like tell the for the education of podcasting ass niggas, let the people know where they can find y'all.
You can find everything about us over at theblackguywhotips.com that has information about our shows, our premium content, and everything about us. On social media, we're at TBGWT across all social media platforms. You can find us individually on Twitter. I am Say That Again, that as in DAT, and Roderick is at Rodimus Prime.
And there it is. Dan, any church announcements?
Come back to me.
Okay. Well, Rod and Kara, any church announcements for the people? Anything you want to tell these nigga / motherfuckers?
We're doing a live show, NegroCon, next month. Hopefully we'll see a lot of people there. I'm sure that we share fans and looking forward to it. That's it.
So looking forward to it.
Right. If you listen to Crown of College, you should be listening to the Black Guy Who Tips. They are the pod grandmother and pod grandfather of this black podcast and shit. So if you fuck with us, fuck with them, and if you fuck with them, fuck with us. Dan, have you gathered your thoughts?
Yes, I have. Okay, so in summary, as summer rolls around, don't be a sun planer. Don't be a sun planer. Like, it's gonna be hot. This is the time of year for that. I live in the Pacific Northwest now. We just had 8 months of grayness, and the sun comes out for 4 goddamn days, and everybody loses their mind complaining about the shit. It's like, yo, we just had like no sun for a really long time. Now we got a little bit of sun. Y'all want to be sad about it? No, like wake up. This is come alive. This is the time for it. So yeah, as the spring rolls into summer in earnest, get outside and do some happy shit and boost your vitamin C levels. Get your sun on. And I'm not trying to be like one of these old Hotep niggas who's like, I just go stand in the sun for my nutrients. It's not like that. But
don't be an Anchorite nigga saying that if you black and you woke, you can give white folks cancer. Don't be that nigga. I still can't believe I heard that shit. That was fucking amazing. My church announcements. As always, be a greater hoe and not a hater hoe. Don't be musty. Wash the back of your neck, and listen to black women. If you love us, give us reviews. Share the show. Give us 5 stars on iTunes and reviews. Shout out to Rod and Karen for that standard of sharing and reviewing. Help out the pastors, help out the deacons, keep the lights on with the building fund. This has been Crown of Colors 123. We have been joined by Rod and Karen from the Black Guy Who Tips, and we out this bitch.
Pieces.